everyone. Let me just get set up here, and then we're good to go. Let's see who's around. Have a little live stream. Let's get caught up on the 2024 Tundra and some stuff that's out there. I'm setting up a second screen right now. Bear with me one sec, and then we will get going. So what is it? Thursday night, 8:17. It's not that late. People should be around. West Coast might be a little early for you. So let's see what we got going on. Get this all set up. All right, looks like we're good to go. All right, let's see who's around. Who wants to talk a little 2024 Toyota Tundra. It looks like you folks have some questions, and I have some statements as well. So while we wait for everyone, an early cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada. We love you. Let's have a good live stream here. That's a good sip there. Looks like people are signing on now. Good, good. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Clip Show, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for hitting the like button. Jimmy, how you doing? This is not the usual live stream we do. We usually do from the lot on Sunday morning, which we will do. But for now, we'll do a little live stream tonight. Get caught up with everybody. Hello, people signing on. How are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're having an enjoyable evening. Been a minute since I caught a live stream. I hear that. Hello, hello. Oh, let me get everyone over here. I'm not going to be facing this as much because I'm trying to face the screen here so I don't miss anybody's comment. Dan, what's going on, buddy? Mr. Toon, how you doing? Dash, hello. Jimmy, good to see you. Real Shallow Fishing, how you doing? Fishing seems to be hitting pretty good right now. I was just out to dinner with my wife. Tomorrow's our 11th anniversary, so we were right against the water, and there was a lot of surf fishing going on. B, what's going on? Chuck says, where are all the Solar Octane Limited? I only see 2 in the country for 2024. I have not seen 1 in person yet. They're a very tough truck to find. Fred, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. So it's good to see folks are on, and we'll get to the topic in a couple of minutes when everybody signs on here. I want to give everybody a chance, and then we're going to talk about some of the comments I've been seeing lately that have to do with some stuff with the 2024 Toyota Tundra. I've been getting a ton of comments talking about engine failures, bearing failures, all of this stuff. And tonight, I want to have a nice, calm live stream where we could all have a come together and talk about how we're feeling about it. Because, I like to take my time and absorb all the information that's coming in and trying to find some answers and stuff like that. And that's what tonight will be. So we are going to start with you guys telling me how you feel about some of the things that are going on out there with the 2024 Tundra. Another thing that I always notice when it comes to stuff that pops up, and this is pretty much since I started YouTube 8 years ago, so long into the last generation, when somebody reports on a problem, it becomes, hey, it was a truck, 2 trucks, 3 trucks, and then all of a sudden people see it and they're like, oh my God, it's every truck ever made ever. It's a catastrophe. And that's what I'm trying to delve through. I don't like to report misinformation. I like to try to get my ducks in a row. And that's kind of tough with some things because you got to look around in a lot of different places and see what's going on. Number one, I want everybody to be happy with their Toyota Tundra purchase and their Toyota Tundra years of service that they had their truck, regardless of generation. Happiness is the point, especially nowadays with these pretty high prices that these trucks are at. Thankfully, we're starting to see some deals come back to the dealerships as well. But I wrote some notes over the last few days that I want to go over with you. And I want to hear your honest, upfront opinion on what you think with everything. So we'll, again, let people sign on. We're 4 minutes into this live stream. Figure we'll start talking about it at about 10 minutes. So for now, where is everybody coming from? Where are you in the country tonight? Thank you so much for being here once again. I have my beverage with you guys. I hope you have a beverage too. And then we'll get talking. So right now, I want to hear where you are in the country, US or Canada. Sometimes we're across the ocean as well. Let me know where you are. If you want to let me know what Tundra you drive to, why not? That's a good sip there. At the helm says, Mount Bethel, Pennsylvania. Gotta love Pennsylvania. A lot of great deals right now in PA when it comes to the Toyota Tundra. Alex says, love my 2022 Platinum. 77,000 miles, runs perfect. There you go. I like it. Jimmy's in Louisiana. AT is in Phoenix, Arizona. Miguel, how you doing, buddy? Montreal Canadiens, huh? Whew. The Islanders had a rough playoffs. Rough playoffs. At the helm says 2021 TRD Pro Crew Max Lunar. Beautiful truck. Beautiful truck. I did a video, I think it was last week, on the 2021 Lunar Double Cab TRD Pro, which I tested for a week back in 2020. Fell in love with that truck. That will always be in my like top 3 Tundras all time. So very excited for that. So we got 51 people on here. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And I want you to join us on Sunday morning for our dealership walk live stream. And then Monday, we do the walk video. So I hope you'll be there. We drive around New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and sometimes other places to look at how the prices are coming down and what kind of trends we're seeing out there as far as inventory, pricing, deals. When I say inventory, I mean what kind of inventory? Are we looking at just iForce Max, a ton of Capstones, SR5s? They're fun videos. You guys seem to love them, and that's why I make them every single week. All right, Mark says, Mark from Western Mass, 2024 Pearl White, 1794 TRD Tundra. I'm jealous of your truck, sir. I'm Bitter says, hello, Houston, Texas, 2024 1794 Tundra in Pearl White, Saddle Brown. I'm jealous of your Tundra. Kevin says, hello from Roanoke, Virginia. I like it. Hey, used to go to Richmond, Virginia for the NASCAR race all the time. It's been a few years. Fred says 23 Platinum, 9,500 miles, no problems. Mr. Tuning says Maryland 2017 SR5 8-foot bed and 2021 SR5 8-foot. I like it. You got the big boys there. B says, do you think many 1794 limited editions are still left on the lots? Many changes on 2025s. I don't think we're going to see a lot of changes in 2025. We saw quite a few additions for 2024. So I don't think we're in that mid-cycle refresh yet. So I don't think you're going to see much for 2025. As far as the limited editions on the lot, I know of 3 or 4 dealerships around me that still have them on the lot. I also know throughout the country, just from what people are saying to me, some of these 1794 limited editions, again, depending on where you are, have huge deals on them right now. I thought that would be way, way over MSRP markup style. So that's a good thing. Pat says, I was a diehard Toyota guy, and now I'm looking forward to the Xterra. I can't believe they ever got rid of the Xterra. I don't know how I feel about the new one coming, though. Alex says, Boston, specifically Canton, big trial in my town. There you go. Let's see. I lost where I was. Oh, there we go. Dash says, South Florida, 2022, limited TRD off-road, 6.5-foot bed. No issues. Love it. I like to hear that, Dash. Larry says, Larry Davis, Virginia. How you doing, Larry? Bitter says, I wish I had watched your videos before I bought my Tundra. It would have helped immensely. Probably would have waited for the limited edition 1794. Well, there's always next time. Spiro says, 2024 Lunar 1794 TRD 11K, no problems. There you go. Steve says, Steve here, Corpus Christi, Texas, home of the Labani brothers. 2024 Tundra Limited Black 4x4. Bought it in March and love it. Sergio says, Amarillo, Texas, 2021 1794. That's a beaut. JS says 2022 TRD SR5 off-road and supersonic red, 25,000 miles with the window door rattle. That seems to be the plague of the 2022 Tundra, the rattles and wind noise. That's what I hear most from that. There was the wastegate issue that they dealt with. That was a 2022, 2023 thing. There's the bearing thing that keeps popping up. Apparently, I saw a video that a 2024 Tundra, it was a Lunar Tundra, maybe a limited TRD off-road if I remember correctly. His engine went down and it was a bearing issue. Don't know if it was the same bearing issue as last time. That was corrected in early 2023 or mid 2023. That remains to be seen. And I think that was the video that pushed everyone into thinking the 2024s are a catastrophic failure. So, we're going to talk about that tonight. From what it sounds like, most of you are having no problems with your Tundra. I only have 11,200 miles on my 2023. I don't have rattles. I don't have shakes. I don't have any issues whatsoever with that truck at all. And I knock on wood for that and hope it doesn't change. And, that's why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to see where everybody's at as far as, are you having any issues directly with your Tundra? And again, I'm going to wait a couple minutes just for everybody to get on. And I'm going to give you some things that you should think of if you're in the market for the Tundra or you have a Tundra. I saw one fellow the other day commented to me that he saw a video and he instantly was like, the 2024 is no good. I'm selling it. Hold on. Let's just talk this out a little bit before we start selling our Tundras, and let's see where we're really at with this. All right, let me get caught up on some of the comments here. Chris from Tennessee, how you doing, sir? King, how you doing? Much love to you too. Let's see. Picking up a 2020 limited TRD off-road double cab tomorrow morning. It's replacing a 2008 SR5 double cab. Enjoy. 2020 was a good year. At the helm says, I got 42,700 miles on my 2021 Tundra. I'm considering buying my dad's 2008 Tacoma to drive some and keep some mileage off the Tundra. What's your thoughts? If you have the means, why not? Greg says, Indiana with a 2021 Lunar Rock TRD Pro Crew Max, 27,600 miles, no problems. Nice to hear. I do like the Lunar. So, okay, there's 63 of you on here. Let's get to it. I'm going to tell you what I think with some of the things that you guys have been saying to me in the comments over the last few days. This is opinion-based. So I want to hear how you feel on this. Before we get to it, one thing, I want to put this out front. As a Tundra fan and enthusiast that I am, and the reason I've done this channel for 8 years is to communicate with you guys. I want all of you and me to be happy with our Tundras. So if there's a problem out there with the Tundras, I obviously want that taken care of. Excuse me. That's the first burp. For all of us. We all want to have a great time with our Tundra. I love the fact that you guys let me know if you're having issues with your Tundra or if you love your Tundra. But when it comes down to things I start to read and hear, if I start to hear a bulk amount, then I like to do my research, figure out what's going on, and I like to stay away from misinformation. I try to give you guys, what I think in a way that fits with where I think we all are. But again, this is all just my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt and let me know exactly how you feel. I wrote notes over the last couple of days, so let me go to them real quick. I'm not going to answer any comments until I'm done with these notes in my little talk here because I read the comments on this screen down here. So bear with me for a moment. Okay, number one. So it looked like that video came out. The gentleman had a bearing issue on his 2024 Toyota Tundra, and it blew up into a situation of everybody was thinking all of the 2024 Tundras are having an issue out there. I actually put a comment up on my community post asking for the owners of the new generation Tundra, are you having any issues? I didn't specifically ask for 2024. I asked for 2022 and up. And there was a lot of 2022s in there, like we were talking about, with some trim issues, wind noise. One guy had the wastegate issue that was corrected back then. But here are the things that I like to look at when I start to see people talking about big problems with things. All right. Number one is the failure rate. Okay. And this isn't something Toyota is going to release to let you know, but a lot of times there'll be a few trucks that go down for something in any brand, and everybody starts thinking it's the entire model year. But we really have to look at failure rates. So far, I wrote this note too. In 2024, 50,148 Tundras have sold. All right. Failure rate matters here. If you're having a problem with 100 Tundras or 50 Tundras, that's a really low percentage compared to 50,148. So when you go on forums and you see different things, you see people talk about the problems they're having. You don't necessarily see people talking about how much they love their truck. And that's where I like to try to feed in and find what I can think of. So failure rate is definitely one thing that we try to look at the best we can. Again, that's pretty much Toyota internal. We won't know exactly what that number is ever. They're not just going to come out and tell you. But one way we can pay attention a little bit, this next one will make a lot of sense to you. Has there been any stop sale issued on the 2024? Has there been a TSB for something with the bearings on 2024 or a recall? If we're seeing a mass number of Tundras go down, those are the things you're going to see. You're going to see Toyota react. And the reason I think you're going to see Toyota react more than ever, the Tundra is selling better than it ever has since 2008. All right. For 2023, it had its fourth best sales year of all time. All right. For 2024, it's on pace to be the second best, depending on how the rest of the years go. But we already got 50,148 Tundras sold. So year to year for Tundras, these are the best years in 16 years. 2008 was the last time we saw numbers like this. And that's something you want to keep up with. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. I always look at that. I hear people say all the time that the Tundras can't sell. They're sitting all over the lots. They're not selling. Well, at that point, I like to go to factual information. And that is the sales numbers for the Tundra. And they are absolutely selling better than they have in a very long time. 16 years, 2008. So why would Toyota want you to be unhappy when the Tundra is selling so well, and they could see in the future it could continue to sell well. So if there's a massive problem, you got to know that Toyota is going to be all over it. I mean, look at the wastegate issue in the beginning, right? So the wastegate issue was a pretty big deal in 2022. They jumped on top of that and they took care of business because they don't want you guys to be unhappy, because if you're unhappy, you won't come back and use the product anymore. So they're going to want to get it fixed. And I feel like if there's any issues, they're going to want to get them fixed immediately, because once again, sales are great right now for Tundra. If you compare the sales to the big three, the Tundra is nowhere near the big three. But you got to remember, Toyota is a brand of many different many different models. The Tundra is just a small piece of a giant Toyota puzzle, okay? Where like Chevy, Ram, and Ford really depend on their half ton, Toyota just has a piece of the market. And again, the sales are the best they've been in a long time. There's a lot of units on a lot of different dealerships on the lots, but you got to remember the replenishment rate is back up to how it was before COVID. So when these things sell, they change them over real quick. Were there times or areas in the country where the Toyota Tundra isn't selling great? It happens everywhere. I did a video back in December on the capstone. There was capstone sitting everywhere all around me. The prices were high. There were still markups in my area. They've knocked the prices down, and you don't see capstones sitting around here as much as you used to. There was one 2023 capstone I saw sitting there into the 2024 model year. So once they dropped the prices and you started to see APR come down and everything, they started to move. I made another video a few months ago called Doomed with a question mark after it, and it was about the iForce Max, okay? Some dealerships around me, this was all based off research that I did. Some dealerships around me were having trouble selling the iForce Max. And the question I asked in that video was, do you think it's certain things with people not trusting a battery system, like with the hybrid system and all that? Or do you think it's the price? And 90% of you obviously said the price. And you're starting to see prices come down on those iForce Maxes big time. That dealership I went to a few weeks ago, Koch 33, they had near invoice pricing on their iForce Maxes. So when the prices started to fall, you really started to see these sales kick up. And even in 2023, when there wasn't many Tundras on the lot in the first half of the year, the second half of the year, there wasn't many deals, but they were still selling heavy. So to bring it back to the beginning of that, if there is a major issue with the Tundra, Toyota is going to be on top of it to get it fixed right away. So that's where you have to differentiate on some of the news you read. Is it a couple people complaining about their truck, there's an issue? Or is it something like, oh my God, there's something really going on here? We have to keep our eyes open and pay attention to things, but you also have to keep an open mind, okay? Because, the negative voice does speak quite a bit louder, especially in this day and age. Another thing I want to bring up, I do have a list. We're on about to be 4 of 9. Automotive manufacturers are being forced into a box they might not necessarily want to be in. And that comes back to people asking about the V8. Why doesn't the Tundra have the V8 anymore? Bring the V8 back. Emissions standards are killing off the V8s, all right? And one thing I always like to bring up is Dodge. Do you think Dodge would want to get rid of the Hemi? Do you think Dodge would want to get rid of their Challengers and Chargers with all the crazy Hellcat situation they got going on like that? Absolutely not. It's getting harder and harder for these manufacturers to keep a V8. All of these manufacturers are being forced to go electric, hybrid, or forced induction, like we're seeing here, small displacement, forced induction. So for the Toyota Tundra to be a V8 platform for so long and come into what they're into now, which is a night and day difference when it comes from older Tundra to newer Tundra, you have to keep in mind, you're going to see, recalls. You're going to see a few issues here and there, but we put our faith in Toyota that QDR, the way they are about their trucks and their vehicles, they're going to try to work through them, all right? But the V8s, unfortunately, are going away. So this is what we have right now. They're going to want to make it the best they can, all right? So that's the deal with a lot of automotive manufacturers. I don't know how long Ford will keep their V8. I don't know how long Chevy will keep their V8. It has a lot to do with a lot more than just the truck and the V8. It has to do with what's in the other vehicles as far as all electric and stuff like that. As somebody is saying right here, Luke said he's sticking with his V8. If you have a last generation Tundra and you don't like the new generation Tundra, stick with your last generation Tundra. It's going to last hundreds of thousands of miles, right? Let's see. Next one. Oh, I kind of answered a few of them in that, but one main one at the end here, okay? I see a lot of reporting online of people having issues with their Tundra. And as I read further into it, it most of the time has to do with the dealership, not necessarily Toyota. So when you read comments, make sure you look and see if you can differentiate. I'm having a problem with my dealership or I'm having a problem with Toyota. Okay. That's a big thing I see. And that's what I always say. When the markups were really big going on last year, people don't go to a Toyota dealership and say, oh, this is owned by blah, blah, blah. No matter how it goes, they blame Toyota for it because that's the big name on the wall, or Ford or Chevy. That's what they see. So that's what they get mad at. So when you read comments and somebody's unhappy, a lot of times it's not necessarily Toyota, the brand, it's the dealership. Something's going on there. So those are my main things. Quick backup one time. You always got to try to see if you could figure out failure rate. You got to talk, as somebody who does a Tundra channel, I like to talk and hear what you guys are happy or unhappy about, the things you like, the things you dislike. Are you having problems? Are you not? Some of you have some problems. Some of you don't. We all had recalls we had to get taken care of. But I want to see everybody happy with their truck, of course. If there is a major issue, you got to look for things like stop sale. You got to look for things like a service bulletin, and you got to look for things like a recall. All right. They're going to want to squash these problems, especially with the Tundra selling as well as it is. All right. And the automotive manufacturers are going down a direction where maybe they're not necessarily used to being. And that's with getting down into the forced induction, small displacement, the hybrids, the full electric, all of that stuff. So we might see, a couple more things here and there. But I have faith, and this is, dude, I'm telling you this as someone who's driven Toyotas for a long time. I have faith in Toyota that this truck will eventually be awesome. If there's issues like that, they're going to work on it. They're going to fix it. So that's my faith. But if you're having trouble out there, make sure you get in touch with Toyota and get it taken care of. Again, I want everybody to have the best time ever with the Tundra. I love talking to you guys about it, pro and con, but it's a lot more fun to talk about pro. So let's go back to the comments now. Let me get caught up because I saw you guys popping in a lot there. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Toyota Tundra all the time on this channel. I hope you will hit the subscribe button and the like button. First, let's give a cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada. We love you. God bless you. That has to happen a few times through the live stream because without those heroes, we wouldn't be here talking Tundra, right? All right, let me get back to this. I'm going to be very lost, but I'll do my best. Let's see. I hope I didn't go too long on you guys there with, that rant. Let's see. I was thinking about buying a 2024 Tundra Crew Max. I've heard they are not selling and having a bearing issue. I'm keeping my 2022 Toyota Tacoma or going to buy a GMC Sierra AT4 3.0. And that's what we just talked about. Are they having a bearing issue, or is it a very, very small number that may be having an issue? Keith said just the tonneau cover. Luke, how you doing? It's Johnny. I like it. Chris says prices are bad. Dealers that charge markups should not be trusted. Greedy. Some dealerships are okay. It's to the point where some dealerships are selling platinums at limited prices now. So that's always a good thing. We don't see that very often. There's a chance I might be able to afford a high trim Tundra again in my life. Amart says it's not so much the engine failure people are worried about. It's all the other dumb quality control issues these trucks still have 3 years into production. I still think we're in the beginning of the generation with that. I feel you, but it's not all trucks, because I could tell you, because the one in my driveway has 0 issues, and that was built in February 2023. No issues whatsoever. The minute there's an issue, knock on wood again, I hope there's never an issue, I'm going to tell you guys about it. I'm going to report it, of course. Let's see. Mike, what's up, pal? Good to see you. Bally or Ball says Toyota's not the same as they used to be. Okay. Let's see. Mary says, will Toyota ever make an HD? I don't think they will. I think right now, especially with this video and the tone of this video, we need to focus on the Toyota Tundra half-ton program and get it where everybody is happy with it. There's some people, I've learned this from my comments, there's some people who just don't like the Tundra. There's some people who just don't like the 3rd gen Tundra. And there's some people who like all Tundras. I fit into all Tundras. I have favorite 1st gen Tundras. I have favorite in the 07 to 13, I know it's all second generation, but 07 to 13 is my favorite generation. 2.5, I always call 14 to 21. I have favorites there. And I love my 2023. So, okay. Are people still buying them so brainwashed? I don't know. People are buying them, though. Let's see. Fred says, truck is awesome now. What's your favorite second gen year? Wow. I'm going to go with 2010. Got that TRD Rock Warrior on my mind. No rear bumper and no tow hooks, no underseat storage like they should be. Okay, so there's underseat storage in Tundra if you don't have iForce Max. I bought tow hooks. I think you'll see tow hooks return. And rear bumper. Pretty sure it has a rear bumper, no? They still haven't fixed the QC issues in the 3 model years it's been out, losing faith in Toyota. But, okay, see, the problem is I don't have numbers in front of me because, again, this isn't released publicly. So I can only talk about, okay, so there's 122 of you on here. Are you having any issues with your Tundra? Quality control issues. Thumbs up if you're not having quality control issues. Thumbs down if you are having quality control issues. We'll go with that. That's the easiest way to do this. Checking in from Alaska. Hello, AK Bronco. You should see what they're charging at dealerships for repairs. Well, I hope stuff's under warranty. I'm retired Air Force. Thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you. What Tundra do you want to see? What Tundra do I want you to draw? 2015 TRD Pro in Inferno. Platinum JB says, Mark, I wonder how many people with all these negative comments have actually driven the new gen Tundra. More than just the test drive, I've owned 257s, and this new gen is better in every way. Everybody has a different opinion, as you can see. Some people love, some people don't love. I find good in all generations. What region in the U.S. you think has better prices? Wow. My area has a lot of markups, but I will tell you this. I know this isn't necessarily a region. This is more a state. Pennsylvania has great deals on Tundras. I would think Texas has a lot of deals. They have a lot of inventory on the lot. How is it better? Maybe, yes, it drives smoother because of the rear suspension updates and the interior is new. It's one of those, like, again, Ball or Bali. I'm sorry if I'm messing your name up. It's not a matter of, who's better as far as generation. Some people like the second generation more because of that quality, because of that reliability, the 5.7 V8. And some like the new generation more. Maybe they like tech. Maybe they like the ride. The ride is a lot better in the new generation. So it's just an argument that's not worth having. Derek says, I'm thinking of getting a Tundra Limited with the 3-inch lift. Would that put the total height at 81 instead of 78 standard? I'm guessing it won't fit in my garage. Well, it'll raise the front end 3 inches. I think the front end gets raised 2 and change. I can't remember. You might want to go to the lot and use that measuring tape. Make sure. Wait until something breaks on that new V6. The thing is a pain to work on, and it's a smaller truck. It has less room, and it gets the same gas mileage as the V8. How's that better? I disagree with the gas mileage thing. I do pump-to-pump calculations all the time. I was getting 15, 16 in my older 2020, the last one I had. This one is always chilling up 19, 20 all day long. All day long. So Terry says, need a half-ton diesel. That would be awesome. Best I get is 15 mpg. I don't think diesels are coming. None says, I love how smooth my 23 Tundra drives. Powertrain is awesome. Wind whistle drives me nuts. That's another thing people complain about. Middle console makes noise. My dealership is going to replace it. Hopefully it will tighten up. Yep. Dash got thumbs up. I have a 2024 Pro, 3,000 miles, and it's perfect. Christopher Rice says, no quality control issues on my 2021 Tundra TRD Pro. You won't have any on that one. Although there was some complaints in 2021. Don't forget there was a lot of part shortage stuff going on during that, COVID shutdowns and all that. But overall, 2021, rock solid. My favorite Tundra is an 08, says Dev. Yes, great year for Tundra. JS has a problem. I'm trying to find the thumbs down, people. A lot of thumbs up. JS Moorfield is the only thumbs down right now. Paul says, I have a 2019 Tundra Crew Max Platinum, less than 30,000 miles. Getting letters every few weeks from my dealership for a trade. My center console does not squeak at all. It's the first thing I checked when I got in the truck. And to be honest with you, going from TRD Pro to SR5, I thought I would be dealing with a lot of the squeaks, rattles, and wind noise, but nothing, man. I don't know. Double cab, baby. Things tip top all the way through. To the point where I'm waiting for something that I can report to you guys about the truck, but I go all over the place, man. On Sundays, I'm driving 5 hours to dealerships and stuff. I'm putting it to the test, but goes to the dump all the time. We load a bunch of crap in the bed. We're doing a lot of stuff around my house right now. Towed my dad's boat. I mean, it does pretty well for my lifestyle, but so far so good. And everybody's different. Alfredo says, living in Florida, do you think I can lease from out of state? Yeah, I've leased from out of state before. Absolutely. Mr. Tuning with the thumbs up. I've seen 1 thumbs down so far. Luke says, LMAO 1516, best I get is 9 mpg. Are you on like a major lift or something there, bud? Oh, dude, you have that dropped out Tundra with the great offset. Valley says, you're awesome. I like enjoying watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Toyotas still aren't like how they used to be, but not much out there any better. Listen, I'm hoping everything gets back to where everybody's happy. I don't think it will happen because there's just a lot of doom and gloom out there right now. So all I can tell you is on this channel, which is the only thing I can control on this channel, if I have problems, if people are reporting in droves about things, you're going to hear about it. The minute there's a problem with that truck, and I hope it never happens, you're going to hear about the problems. I want to tell you guys everything you need to know before you buy a Tundra. All right? So that's how I am with it. I love the Tundra. I have no connection with Toyota as far as I don't work for them. I've never worked for them. At the end of the day, my check comes in from YouTube for ad revenue. So there is no payment or anything. No one pays me to say any of this stuff. I'm just telling you how I feel. And before I react to anything, I try to do as much research as humanly possible before I give you anything. And that's why I say these are my opinions. And I love your opinions. And that's why we do these live streams. And there's a good amount of people of you on here tonight. So I'm very happy that everyone could join on. Whether you love the Tundra or dislike the Tundra, I thank you for being here. Let's give a cheers to you guys. Thanks for all the support. This Tundra channel is about to be 8 years old in late May. So 8 years of doing this, I appreciate all of you. And I thank you for commenting, whether it's a positive or negative comment. It's fine. I'd like to talk about it. Mary says, we get 20 mpg 2024 SR5 Crew Max. There you go. Agor says, only thing I don't like is MPG and the atrocious turning radius. I only felt the turning radius was atrocious in the Pro, the new TRD Pro. Going from that, and it might have been because I went from the 2022 Pro to the SR5. I feel like my turning radius isn't bad at all. It's not like it used to be, but it's definitely doable. I apologize for the burps. This drink's got a lot of bubbles. Whew. Okay, hold on. I don't want to get lost here. Maybe Chevrolet and GMC are just as good. I don't know. Depends who you ask. I remember when people were talking about in 2007, the issue the Tundra was having. I can't remember what the issue was. Every time a new generation of Tundra comes out, something is amiss for the people. And, oh, God, what was that engine issue it was having? It's been so long. Is that piston rings? If anyone remembers what the issue was in 07, please let me know. And 08 or 09, the pedal was sticking, something like that. But I can't remember. That's going to bother me if someone doesn't tell me what that is. All right. I have both a 2016 and a 2023 Tundra. I prefer the 2016. I could feel how much better the quality is from the previous model. I will tell you this, and I'm glad you made that comment. The difference in feel between the old gen and the new gen, night and day. Not even the same sport. When I first got into a new gen, I was like, this is different. This is different. I mean, very different. So I can feel what you're saying. To me, the old gen feels like a classic pickup truck, right? It's got some body sway going on, a little brake dive, feels heavy. The new generation feels light. It's quiet. It's very powerful. No brake dive, no body roll. It's just a completely different animal. It is something to get used to for sure. Thumbs up from Tyler. Chris says, yes, I'll get an email and letter from my local Toyota dealership every month with offers for my 2021 Tundra. always low ball offers. Did you see that video I made yesterday? If you didn't, go check it out. I found a really nice 2021 on the lot. Someone needs to buy that if it's not gone already. Nunn says I get 13.9 with 35s and a 3-inch lift. Not bad at all. DL says holding something. Cool. Mike says 2023 Platinum has been flawless for me. Yes. Oh, Jay, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? J5 in the house. Johnny 5. He's got the crazy 2018 Tundra. He changes his name on me, man. DL says holding on to my 2019 Tundra. That's what he meant. JS Morefield says only get 1 MPG more with my 2022 than my wife's 2014 Sequoia. Ah, the old Sequoia. I love them. Any anticipated major changes for 2025 Tundra? I haven't read anything. They did a lot in 2024, so I wouldn't anticipate too much. I'm still hoping on factory tow hooks, but I will tell you, I got tow hooks from AFE Power that are on there right now. I think it was like $170. Might be something to check out. Very quick install. 2 bolts each side, in and out. And it's better to have them than not have them if something goes wrong, right? Platinum JB says 2025, we'll get the auto up-down tailgate. I don't care. I mean, that's one of those things that I see people complain that it doesn't have that. I don't care if it has any power down or up. I have no problem opening and closing the tailgate. Let's see. Dev says, congratulations on your 8th YouTube anniversary. Thank you very much. New York, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Steve says, have you heard the idea that all 2025 Tundras will be hybrid? No, that's not going to happen. There will always be a regular iForce setup. They're not going to all go hybrid. Bobby, what's going on? Appreciate you, Mark. Love your channel. Thank you, Bobby. It's always good to talk to you, pal. Shorty says, bad engine bearing scares the heck out of me. Yes, I've heard a lot of that scare going on. I know the 2023 issue they were having with the bearing was corrected. So this new one, again, I'm waiting to see what the actual issue is, if it's the same exact thing as last time or something different. And I'm waiting to see if this is an issue that's an issue or a few Tundras. That's the big thing here. 07 water pump leak? No, that wasn't it. Water pump issues in 07 and oil burning? No, that wasn't it either. I can't remember what it was. It's going to bug me. Terry says that gas mileage is going to differ from state to state. I live in Northeast Ohio, and everywhere I go, there's a hill literally everywhere around here. Okay. 07. Okay, we already talked about that. Mr. Tuning says cheers. Cheers to you. Mike, what's going on, buddy? Bruins, what's going on? Sorry, I had to change it on Gmail and Google. Changed it over here. Copy that. Chris says, I would like more 110 volt wattage. Yes, we want. That is what everybody wants, that outlet in the bed to have more wattage, and I agree. I think that's something that is coming. Awesome truck. Deb says, I like hybrids, but I hate full electric vehicles. You know what? It's crazy, but I had the hybrid for a little while, the iForce Max in 2022. And it was fine, powerful, all was well, but it kept shutting on and off. That's how the hybrid is, the battery regen with the brakes and all that. And then I stepped down into the 2023, ended up saving like over $200 a month on payment, which was awesome. That Pro was just too expensive for me. And this one runs I like the iForce. The engine feels powerful. I never feel like it's not keeping up with traffic. I never feel like it gets lost in the gears. I love that truck, man. I love that truck. And I travel in it a lot. I just don't have anything really hardcore bad to say about it. And I know you guys are like, what do you hate about it? What do you hate? I hate the back seat being so small. You can't fit anything back there. But as far as the drivability of the truck, it's fun. It's amazing. To this day, I've owned the truck now. Got it in April 2023. So over a year. I'm still excited to go for these long rides to these dealerships out in, Western Pennsylvania and all that. So everybody got a drink? Everybody got a drink? We having a good time tonight? It's Thursday night. What are we doing, right? What is it, 9 o'clock? Come on, hang out with me. Hang out with me. Let's see what we got here. Wish the payload was better. Ours is only around 1350 SR5 Crewmax 4x4, but we love it. Yeah, payload is something they could definitely work on. Charlie says, my 2024 Limited went in for excessive wind and road noise. Toyota deemed it a characteristic of the vehicle. That to me, we'd be making a video on that, and I would get very mad at that. There's a lot of people that talk about the wind noise issue, and I'm happy I don't have that. I'm in talks with ProSpeed to do some more crazy stuff. I can't wait to see it. Let's see. Shorty says, so many people complain about this gen, but honestly, it blows away the last gen. Malibu says, 2007 had VVTi problems and camshaft. That's what it was. Malibu. Thank you. I knew that was going to bug me. When I started my channel, that's what everybody was talking about. They would, the haters would always be like, oh, no, more camshaft issues. So every time there's a new engine for the Tundra, we have to hear that, of course. And I'll be honest with you, as far as forums go, other brands of the other, big three, their forums are the same exact way. So there's just a lot of unhappy people out there. That's a shame. Robbie says, I'm digging the 2024 TRD Pro. Cheers. I like that truck as well. Can't afford it, but I like it. Darcy says, hey, Mark, I hope you and the family have been well. Darcy, I hope the same for you. All is well on this end. Thank you for watching. Alfredo says, do you have an idea on monthly payments on a lease? It depends on a lot of different things. What are you buying? What rate are you getting? How's your credit? There's a lot of stuff. It can be very different from person to person for sure. Platinum says, Mark, what is this bearing issue you brought up? First time I'm hearing about it. There was a 2024 Tundra. I think it was a limited. It's Lunar Rock. I know that. And the gentleman had a bearing issue with his truck. And that was what I heard about. And then everybody thought all the Tundras were having bearing issues because they read something on a forum or a video or something like that. So we're basically coming here to really figure out if there is an issue or not. And I made some statements in the beginning, just opinions on the way you should look at when news comes out like that. The problem is with social media in today's day and age, if someone says something, it can spread, boom, like wildfire. And it doesn't need to have any, base behind it. It could just be something that's wrong. It could always be something that's right. But, so I always like to wait. I always like to look around, see what I see, and comment on it like that. So it's kind of what we're doing. But if you're just signing on, once again, thank you for being here. If you're looking for parts for your Tundra, sparksparts.com, promo code TundraDude34 saves you 5%. If you're looking for Toyota clothing, check out Toyota Outfitters, the official merchandise of Toyota TRD and Toyota Racing. Use promo code TundraDude, all caps, one word, saves you 25% site-wide. That's where this, I almost called it a hoodie. That's where this polo's from. So those are my shameless plugs of the night. Let's see where I am. The fake engine noise will be turned off on my next service. That can be done. That is on the JBL sound system. Camper Mike, how you doing, pal? Good to see you. Getting a 1794 limited edition tomorrow. Scared of the bearing issue I am hearing so much about. That's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of that out there. If you don't want that 1794 limited edition, I'll take it. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, just you got a warranty. There's extended warranties out there if you want to feel even better about it. Excuse me. Andrew said, drove a last-gen truck lately, missed the growl and the huge seats. Those are two things the old one definitely had. 2013 Tundra 4.6, 225,000 miles, zero issues. Keep it forever, dude. Paid my truck off last month. That is what is good. That is good, buddy. Galactic says, congrats, Mike. Bubba says, good evening, Mark and everyone. Just fixed a glass of absinthe. Now let's talk trucks. Okay, that's a good time right there. Be safe. That's crazy. I got 6 months left on my loan. All right. Marco says, love my Tundra. Good. Gary should definitely be a crew max. Nice camper, Mike. I love Sparks Parts. The front bumper cover blows off at 130 miles an hour. Just an FYI. So are you guys having a good time? Do you want to keep talking Tundra? Should I fill this thing again? Thumbs up emoji if I should fill this puppy up again, and we'll keep going, or else we'll shut it down. It is up to you. You tell me. Does the limited edition 1794 meet your expectations? It meets mine all day long. I love that truck. I can't afford it. $80,000 is nuts, but I like looking at it, and I finally saw it on the lot. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out from last Monday. I finally saw two of them. Smoke Mesquite is the way, just saying. All right, everybody still wants to keep going, keep talking Tundra. Hit that like button, help me out. Let's push this video to the moon. I need her. It has to be a two-way street. Appreciate it. Just came home from dinner with the wife again. Our 11-year anniversary is tomorrow. Had a nice dinner, but I wanted to see you guys. I wanted to talk to you guys, and we can all get on the same page so everybody's happy. That's what I want. I want happiness. There's not enough happiness in this world anymore. Cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada and the over-the-road truckers, 18-wheelers. Thank you for all you do. Without all of you, what would we be? Cheers. All right, fill it up again. Filling it up again. All right, everybody's thumbing up. That's good. That's good. We haven't done a sit down in the basement live stream in a long time. So, yeah, it's nice to do it every once in a while. Can you comment on the engine issues with the new Tundra, Rob says? You just signed on? We talked about all of that. Oh, I spilled it. Ask me a direct question, Rob, and I'll try to nail it for you. If not, when this is over, go back and check out some of the statements so I don't have to go back into this screen again, because I wrote notes through the week for you guys. All right. Jared says, congrats and fill that puppy up. It's filled. Chris, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Shorty says, are you still happy going full-time with the channel? I am still happy going full-time with the channel. I was 21 years overnight, man. Like, I was done with that. So this is still fun. Mark, I'm moving to Ohio on the 1st. Be safe on that move. Mark, is that straight moonshine? No. This is Dave Portnoy's drink, the seltzers. Cheers. We don't want that. Yes, I did. Sorry. 10-4. Thank you, good sir. And listen, Rob, at the end of the day, with the issues that people are talking about, it's kind of a wait and see game if it's an issue with a few Tundras or many Tundras. That's what I'm waiting on. And that's the whole thing. But if you didn't see the beginning, go see it, because I have reasons on why I think we have to wait and see. Camper says, I know my last comment was about a Honda, not a Toyota, but dang, man, what'd you say? Did I miss it? I think I missed it. Not a Tundra does. Oh, I totally missed it. Now the Tundra doesn't get driven much. Putting around in your 2013 Honda Fit with 263,000 miles on it and still runs like a top. That's awesome. Sorry, they're coming in very fast tonight. There's 130 people on here, so that's pretty nice. If there's 130 people on here, I want to know, if you haven't answered this question in the beginning of the video, where are you coming from? Where are you in the world today? Toms River, New Jersey is where I am. I want to hear where you are in the world. Please comment. Even if you're someone that likes to sign on and just watch, comment where you are. I'd love to know. Where's my San Antonio, Texas people? Where's the California crew? That's usually the two biggest states. That and Canada always shows up too. Giovanni says, hey, is the Tundra TRD Pro in big trouble since the new Ram RHO MSRP starts at $69K? Not really, because the TRD Pro starts at, what, 71? They're right around the same price. And I'm sure with the RHO, you can build it where the Pro kind of comes one way. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's go. Springfield, Missouri. Tons of trucks on the lots here too, says Andrew. Aren't you buying one? Alfredo says, I'm in Miami. Nice. Robbie says, Atlanta, Georgia. San Antonio for Shorty. Rock and roll. Chris says, so I test drove a 2013 Tundra Double Cab 4.6 a couple days ago. I was very pleasantly surprised how it handled and responded. Got to buy it. I'm excited for Gary. It'll be a while. I'll send you a pic. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Galactic says 212.9 miles, VA to North Carolina, 17.4 MPG, 2019, 1794, 4x4, Crew Max, Eastern, North Carolina. Gotta love it. I'd like to move there. I want to get out of Jersey ASAP. Central Keystone says, will you be putting a TRD exhaust on your truck? The answer is yes on that. I believe it's on back order right now. Rob, San Antonio, Texas, rock and roll. Luke says, St. Charles, Missouri. Justice says, from Buford, Georgia. Anonymous users in Seattle. San Antonio, Texas for Platinum JB. Washington State for Dev. Paul K is in North Jersey. Shout out, my friend. Same state. Give this man some likes, says Kenny. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you. San Antonio, Texas is here, and I love it. TMMTX, where they build the Tundra. San Antonio, Texas. Couldn't be more proud of those folks down there. They do a great job. Gabby says Providence, Rhode Island. Ed says Colorado. Jesus says Dallas. Central Pennsylvania for Central Keystone. I like that. YouTube cut out. Had to switch browsers. Welcome back. Mike says Southeastern Idaho. I love potatoes. Justin says, thanks for the shout out for Canada. 2018 Tundra for life. Justin, blame Canada, baby. How you doing? Andrew says, I'm looking at a 2017 TRD Pro in cement right now. Got to buy it. Bubba says, Georgia. Giovanni says, wait, is that Waco, Texas? Somebody gave me, Plano, because I would always say Plano, and they would get mad at me about that. Jared says, Salem, Oregon, rocking a 24 Pro. Super nervous about the spun bearing issue. I think we're all right, but let's see what happens. Chris says, coming from Springfield, Missouri. I can't talk. Springfield, Missouri, finally moved to my own place. Very nice. John C's in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Tampa Bay, Florida for Marco. TC Black, standing my ground in Southern California. Chris says, I would have bought it if I had a decent amount of money due to credit. I hear you. Bubba says, Andrew, that's my favorite color pro. I agree. Going to be moving so the Tundra will get a workout. There you go. BC is Florida, Gulf Coast. Luke is from my hometown. Yes, sir. Tundra and Tacoma is built in San Antonio, Texas. Galactic, North Carolina is nice, very big, and many regions to choose from. I'm close to the ocean. I like the ocean. I'm 5 miles from the ocean right now. Kenneth says East Texas here. Platinum says they need to bring back Voodoo Blue. Ooh, I would like Voodoo Blue. Rick says from Huntington Beach, California. Beautiful Huntington Beach. I like it. Are you surfing? Thanks for all your info on the Tundras. I just bought a 2024 limited TRD off-road with premium and power package and the 6.5-foot bed. Thanks. Enjoy that. That's awesome. Milvet, how you doing, pal? Good to see you. I just got a 2024 limited for $77,000. Feel like I got a decent deal. Is she loaded up? Camper Mike says, only issue my truck has now is one headlight is clouding over. Horsham, PA. Tom, did I say that right? I pass that sign all the time when I'm going to Lake Ariel, PA. Is it Horsham or Horsham? 2018 SR5 Crew Max that you love. I like it too. My favorite Tundra colors are Radiant Red and Pirate Mica. Yes. What's the color called on the TRD Pro bumper behind you? Quicksand 2016 Pro. That's my favorite color all time. That is why that is up there. Love that color. And in case you guys are new to the channel, all of these patches, you know I'm a huge supporter of law enforcement, emergency services, and military, which is why we always give cheers to those heroes. This is sent in by all of you. You guys have sent these in. The military hats on the wall, all sent in by you. These are the people that matter right here, man. These heroes are the reason we could do fun things like this channel. Up top, my friend that I lost in the towers on 9/11, FDNY, Sam Otis, he's on the top. And my father is a retired police officer right under him. But everything else is all you. So thank you for everything you do. Without emergency services and military, what are we doing, right? So I will always give love to them, and I will always use this platform to support them. Love the patches. Cheers to you. No, cheers to you, my friend. Full Send said, if you could bring back a color for the Tundra, what would it be other than Quicksand? There's a few I really like. I won't say army green because it's cliche by this point. You guys know how much I love that color. I don't know. Desert Sand Mica, maybe? I like Cement. I like Inferno, to be honest. Mud Bath looks like Quicksand, so I might be getting that. Let's see. Radiant Red went away when the new gen came out, I believe. That might be totally wrong. Brent Outdoors. Am I skipping people? My wife hates the Quicksand. It's top 5 for me. You gotta go with the wife on this one. You know how it is. Isn't that the color on the new 4Runner as well? It's called Mud Bath, but it's the same idea. Burping bad. Brent says, still a problem with 2022 TRD Pro alignment issues. Isn't that an under warranty thing now? Did you talk to anyone about that? I'm pretty sure they're covering that now. Patrick says, 2020 Tundra Double Cab SR5 SX from Niagara Falls, Ontario. Love your channel, Mark. Patrick, I love your truck, and I thank you very much for being here. Can't go wrong with the SX, new gen or old gen. Great trucks. Side that gets the sun. That's the one that is cloudy. Need to try this new headlight kit. Okay, I picked up on the list of things to get on. Yeah, you'll get it, man. We'll get it right. Robbie says, my son is a Gwinnett County police officer in Georgia. Thanks for your support. Hey, thanks for what he does every single day. Please give him my love. Galactus says, Calvary Blue is a great color. Anyone have experience with the Tundra 4.6? That is a question from Chris. I hear nothing but good things about that channel. I'd bring back Radiant Red. Tundra lift kit go-to. I like the TRD lift kit. Westcott Lifts makes a bunch of great lifts that everybody raves about. Check them out. Jeremy says, hey, Mark, from Moorcroft, Wyoming. Nice. Closest Toyota dealer is in Rapid City, South Dakota. Last week, they had a ton of Tundras. Mine is paid off. It's tempting to stop in and check them out. Just not ready yet. Even though you're not ready to buy, might as well go check it out. Build your research So what I always like to tell people, because people ask all the time, I want to buy a Tundra. How do I go about that? Research as much as you can. And when you go into that dealership, you have more of an education than the salesman on the Tundra. That's the best way you could be. Know what they're going for in your area. Go to those lots, research, trends, all that stuff. That's the best way to do it. The second gen, I think Radiant Red went away. I'm trying to think. Early second gen? I got to look. You stumped me on that one. Philip says, hi from North Carolina. I still like white and everything blacked out. It's a great look, especially TRD Sport nowadays. Oh, yeah. So Brent says they aligned it and it still won't drive straight on interstate. Constantly fight left and right. Have you called Toyota customer care? Because you can open up, like an issue with it. They'll give you like a number and all that. That might be something you want to do. You paid big money for it. You want it to drive right. I would probably buy a RAV if the Honda died, says Camper. Okay. My wife had a Honda for years. Her family still have a bunch of Hondas. They run just as good. Best advice, go get pre-approved at a credit union. A lot of people do that. Brent, remember the road crowns for rain runoff. Try to find a road with little or no crown. Okay. Full Off-Road says, what do you think about a 2005 to 6 Tundra as a first truck? Beautiful. Love it. I mean, that's late enough in that first gen where that 4.7 V8 was humming with no problems. I like it. Get a Darrell Waltrip edition. I believe that was 05 only. But yeah, I would totally do that. Tot says 2024 Tundra SR5 4x4 TRD with 3,900 miles in seafoam green Lunar Rock. Runs great. I changed oil and oil filter at 800 and it gets 23 mpg. Very nice, my friend. So very low miles. I'm guessing no issues. All is well. You're hearing about the engine failures in the iForce Max main bearings. Yep, that's what this whole thing's about. I was getting a lot of comments on it, so I did some research. But again, to reiterate what we talked about in the beginning of the video, we don't know how many it's a problem with. 1, 2, 4, 5. Big numbers, we don't know. It'll all depend on how Toyota reacts. That's what we're waiting on. All those numbers, once again, I know I'm repeating myself. There's a lot of people on here. All those numbers are internal only. So, we can only go off what we're seeing. And things like stop sale, TSB, and recalls are how we will pay attention to this. I don't know if it's an actual big issue or a couple issues somebody talked about online that became this big thing, but I have been hearing a lot of people have been commenting over the last few days, which is why if you go back, if you just signed on to this live stream or you're watching it after the fact, go watch the beginning again. We went over some ideas, just giving my opinions on some of this stuff because we won't know the true facts. Let's see. I'm lost where I am. Oh, so Mr. the Duke. I like that. Love the channel and Tundras, of course. Thanks for the content. Love my 2014 1794 Sunset Bronze. Great truck. The start of a legendary trim. I thank you for watching. Tot says, no issues. Very good. Anonymous says, hey, just discover your channel and subbed. I'm a Brent as well. Love the channel. Hey, thanks for being here, Anonymous Brent. We appreciate you. I hope you'll stick around. Check out all the videos. Once again, if you're new to the channel, Sunday, live stream in the morning at the lot. Look around at the trucks, and then Monday, the lot walk video, which is way more detailed. So I hope you'll join us for both. Those seem to be the most popular videos that I make every week. Marty says, I enjoy my 2014 Tundra long bed. I enjoy you loving your Tundra long bed. Absolutely. V6 two-wheel drive. I like it. Get 15 mpg, the 4-liter V6 on 37s. Wow, lifted on 37s. That's a pretty aggressive setup. I like it. Very nice. Very, very nice. Camper said, last trip I took about a month ago, I got 17.4 mpg highway. No interstate, had some hills half the trip. Not bad. Re-geared. That's the secret of the pros right there. Cheers to Marty for the re-gear. I like it. Without a re-gear, that thing, I don't know how that would go. Hello there from Wyoming. My name is Shannon. I've got a RAV4 thinking of getting a Taco. What do you think? Why not? Go test drive, see if you like it. There's a lot of Tacomas on the lot I can see. When I was at Koch a couple weeks ago, Koch 33, Easton, Pennsylvania, they had, wow, there must have been about 15, 16 Tacomas there. I love the TRD off-road Tacoma, the new one. I think that looks really good. Taco might be fine if you are not tall. I haven't been in the new one yet. I'm waiting. I'm going to have one for a week soon. Test drive it, compare it against the Tundra, that kind of thing. See how the 4-cylinder turbo setup goes. I will say this, my wife's Highlander has a 4-cylinder turbo setup, and the thing's a rocket ship. Mr. Tuning says, my 2017 Tundra 8-foot bed, 216,000 miles on it. For the whole entire driving of this truck, I've spent for repair only $1,800 for a water pump and an oil sensor, 10.4 mpg with equipment, 8,000 pounds. Not bad, sir. The bed length is the only thing I change on my truck. This short bed on the CrewMax isn't as functional as I like. I love having the 6.5-foot bed. I know I got the small back seat that you could barely fit a box in, but that bed I use a lot. I got a tonneau cover. That certainly helps with not having anything in the back seat, or as far as any space in the back seat. Zach said, got a 2024 demo with 10,000 miles on it for around 10K off with 2.9% for 60 months. High five, Zach. It's a good deal, buddy. Demos. That's if you're looking to save a little money on your Tundras, see if your dealership has any demos. You can save money. Zach is the proven entity right there on what he did there. Good for him. And yeah, so what we'll do, we're going to end this live stream, but I want to thank you guys for being here. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of you on here. So if you have any follow-up questions or comments, go down in the comment section and let me know. I will continue to look, even though the live stream is about to be over. And if you're new to the channel, I would hope that you would subscribe and join us. I'd love to hear all your pros, cons, and I don't know if I should buy a Tundras. All of those. Love to hear every one of them. So I thank you all for being here one more time because we have to do it. Cheers to the military, emergency services of the United States and Canada, and to the 18-wheelers, the over-the-road truckers. What would we do without them? Not much. Cheers to all of you. And God bless you guys, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you for being here. I hope all of your Tundra miles are trouble-free. But if you have any issues, make sure you comment so we can figure out what's going on. But until next time, enjoy your night. I'll see you later.